So I say to legislators, let's take your best ideas and my best ideas and turn them into jobs, and let's do it now. We accomplished a great deal last year by working together. The U.S. Department of Education's approval of our No Child Left Behind waiver, along with our aforementioned Race to the Top success, is testimony to their confidence in the positive direction of Minnesota's education innovation. That tremendous progress is a tribute to the excellent leadership of Commissioner Cassellius and legislators of both parties. Our challenge this year is to put all of it to work for the school children, parents, teachers, and administrators throughout Minnesota. Already, however, some legislators are advancing even more new proposals. So I have a novel idea. Let's develop any education initiatives this year in cooperation with teachers rather than in conflict with them. Last year, legislators who voted for the final budget bills and I increased borrowing from our schools by $750 million and borrowing from our future by another $750 million. $1.5 billion in additional debt should put our so-called $876 billion surplus in its proper perspective. If my final tax proposal to raise income taxes on only the wealthiest 2% of Minnesotans had been accepted, not only would this biennium's budget have been balanced, and that $1.5 billion of additional borrowing unnecessary, but also the current budget forecast for the next biennium would show a surplus rather than a $1.3 billion deficit. Now, in fairness, I acknowledge that many of you in the legislature wanted to balance the budget by reducing spending. Next November, Minnesotans will decide which of our approaches they prefer. Until then, let us resolve that we will conduct this session's financial affairs responsibly. No more borrowing. If my final tax proposal to raise income taxes on only the wealthiest 2% of Minnesotans had been accepted, not only would this biennium's budget have been balanced and that $1.5 billion of additional borrowing unnecessary, but also the current budget forecast for the next biennium would show a surplus rather than a $1.3 billion deficit. Minnesotans want more efficient government. They want better services. And they want us to cooperate and compromise in order to deliver them. I stand ready to work with legislators on both sides of the aisle to enact laws that will better Minnesota. They will be the bills which have involved members of my administration and legislators from both parties in their development. Those bills I will support. I'm not interested in highly partisan extreme measures which are intended for campaign literature rather than law. Those bills I will not support. If we cooperate, if we share our best ideas, if we exchange our rigid ideologies for our shared ideals, we will revitalize our state. And we will be doing the jobs that the people of Minnesota sent us here to do. Only by working together can we achieve a lasting legacy in which we and they can take deserved pride. May God bless the United States of America and the state of Minnesota. Thank you very much.